She was born into one of the most powerful royal families in history. A title, a future, and then someone decided the world should never see her face again. Most of you have heard of the man in the iron mask, the mysterious prisoner, the hidden identity, the legend. But almost no one talks about her. A princess, a royal, a woman whose very existence became. She wasn't executed. That would have been too obvious. She wasn't exiled. Too risky. Instead, she was erased, locked away, hidden from history, forced to wear a mask so that no one would ever recognize her face. But that's not the strangest part. The strangest part is, almost nobody went looking for her. Europe, the 1600s, a continent drowning in war, betrayal, and the intoxicating poison of royal power. Kings ruled by divine right. Queens were traded like chess pieces, and children born into the wrong bloodline at the wrong moment didn't survive long. This was a world where a single secret could topple a dynasty, where what you knew could be more dangerous than any weapon, and where the most terrifying prison wasn't made of stone. It was made of silence. Into this world she was born. A princess of considerable blood, considerable beauty, considerable threat. Her name changes depending on which version of history you trust. Some call her Mademoiselle de Valois, others whisper different names entirely. Names that were deliberately scrubbed from royal records. What we know, or suspect, is this. She was young, educated beyond what most royals allowed for women of her time. She spoke multiple languages, she understood politics, and she knew things, dangerous things. Perhaps she witnessed something she wasn't supposed to. Perhaps she was something the throne couldn't afford to acknowledge, a secret child. An illegitimate heir, a living proof of betrayal at the highest level. Whatever her identity truly was, someone in power decided she needed to disappear, not die. Disappear. Spare, it began quietly, the way the worst things always do. First, her public appearances stopped. Then, her name vanished from court records. Then, the servants who knew her were reassigned, relocated, or worse. And one night, under a moonless sky, she was moved. No trial, no charges, no explanation. Just hands in the dark, a carriage with covered windows, and a destination that didn't officially exist. The prison had no name on any map. The guards were ordered never to speak to her. She was given food, water, and nothing else. No books, no letters, no mirrors. And on the day of her arrival, they brought her something else. Something that would seal her fate more completely than any lock or chain. They brought her the mask, cold metal pressed against warm skin. Her face replaced by a blank, expressionless shell. The iron mask wasn't just a restraint. It was a message. You are no one. You have no identity. You do not exist. To the outside world, there was no princess. There was no prisoner. There was nothing. Just a rumor. A ghost story, whispered between servants who knew better than to speak too loud. But here is what makes this darker than any fiction. The mask meant she could never be recognized, even if someone wanted to rescue her. Even if someone knew she was there, she was hidden in plain sight, behind a face that wasn't hers. Some historians speculate she had evidence, or was the evidence, of an illegitimate heir to the throne. A living, breathing scandal that could unmake kings. Theory 3. She was the wrong twin. This one is darker. What if she was born simultaneously with a future monarch? What if the existence of a twin, especially a brilliant, possibly stronger twin, was simply unacceptable? One child got the crown. One child got the mask. Theory 4. And perhaps the most chilling of all. She chose it. What if she knew too much? What if she struck a bargain? Her silence in exchange for her life. What if the mask wasn't entirely forced, but was the only option that kept her breathing? What happened next shocked everyone who eventually pieced together the fragments of this story. Maybe decades. Alone. Unseen. Some accounts hidden in the margins of obscure archival letters suggest she tried to communicate, scratching messages into stone walls, passing notes through sympathetic guards who were later never heard from again. One fragment, warned guards of right, Regain, I am still here. I have not forgotten who I am. 5 words that somehow survived when everything else about her was destroyed. She never stopped knowing her own name, even when the entire world had been made to forget it. We don't know when she died. We don't know what she looked like beneath the mask. We don't know if anyone ever told her that somewhere, out there somewhere, was asking questions. We don't know if she ever saw sunlight again. And perhaps most hauntingly of all, we don't know how many others there were. How many faces hidden behind metal, how many names erased, how many inconvenient people simply filed away by dynasties that had everything to lose. History remembers kings, it remembers battles, treaties, and the men who signed them. But sometimes, hidden in the footnotes, in the burned letters, in the rules they sealed and never spoke of again, there are others, people whose entire existence was considered too dangerous for the world to know. She was one of them. A princess, a prisoner, a mystery, reduced to a mask with no face behind it. And the most terrifying part of her story is that it was never supposed to be found, which makes you wonder how many stories haven't been. History remembers kings, it remembers battles, treaties, and the men who signed them. But sometimes, hidden in the footnotes, in the burned letters, in the rules they sealed and never spoke of again, there are others. People whose entire existence was considered too dangerous for the world to know. She was one of them. A princess, a prisoner, a mystery, reduced to a mask with no face behind it. And the most terrifying part of her story is that it was never supposed to be found, which makes you wonder how many stories haven't been. And that's where this story leaves us, with more questions than answers. If you enjoyed this and want more deep, mysterious stories like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. There's always another story waiting, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. 10.